We now return to Let's Make It Happen on DZRJ 810 AM, the voice of the Philippines. Here is your host, Deanne Hernandez.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is Deanne Hernandez, Make It Happen, and I'm with Attorney Pol Sangalang on your Saturday night, and we're going back to business lawyering, legal coaching, and life coaching by someone named Attorney Apollo Sangalang at lawyer.com. And you are on RJ Planet, DZRJ 810 AM, Voice of the Philippines. So let's go back, Paul, to your story. What else makes a good lawyer material?
Well, earlier I said number one is integrity and character. Second is passion for what you do, for lawyering.
Mm-hmm.
And third is, I believe, is never-ending quest for knowledge. Mm-hmm. Because as a lawyer, you have to be a voracious reader. You have to read a lot. And the language is, I mean, legalese or legal language or legal jargon is difficult in itself. So it's like you having two language, English and legalese.
Okay. Well, actually, as a training coach, just like Paul here, I am an advocate of lifelong learning. That's why, having been the daughter of our education secretary 56 years ago who died with President Ramon Magsaysay in the plane crash. And he was Dean of Law on the day I was born. That's why Maria Socorro Hernandez is me, Dean Hernandez. I'm the little dean. I refrain from calling myself, Paul, a teacher or a lecturer. Please refer to people like me as facilitators of lifelong learning. Because as Apollo Sangalang just said, you have to want to keep on learning and learning with everything you do. And one of the principles I espouse is sensible learning, meaning you use all your five senses. You know, what you hear, what you say, what you feel, what you eat and taste and smell. You all incorporate that in your brain when you try to learn from life, from the University of Life. Wow. Go ahead. What else?
Well, you have to be patient also.
Oh, I thought that was
Patience is,
only for doctors or people in the medical profession. Why patience? Kala ko, ang doktor lang ang mga maraming patience.
You have to have patience in a sense that you have to have timing. Yeah, you have to have.
You can't rush the judge.
Yeah, that's a no-no.
Okay.
Yeah, because judges are busy people, and if you're
Are
to
they?
them,
Yeah, with backlogs of how many per judge?
I couldn't really tell.
And
But
Chief Justice Serena said, grabe daw ang backlog ng
yeah,
mga,
but yes, but you can if you just see the calendar in a day of the municipal or the metropolitan trial court, you will have an idea of how much is the backlog or how much cases that judges and justices are handling. So you have to have this patience because cases in the Philippines, I don't know in other jurisdiction, it takes a long time.
Yeah, Apollo, it's like going to the moon and back and maybe going out to the outer space. I saw that. Why does it take so long for cases to get decided?
Because we have a system. We have a legal system that is adversarial. The traditional legal system we have is a system we adopted from the United States, wherein there's two sides of an argument, and then there's a third side. The judge must decide, and the judge must be impartial from day one. And so, but we are evolving, no? And I think the Supreme Court is trying to look for a different approach on dispensing and administering justice, because the backlog is really no joke anymore.
Yeah, because even my own mother suffered and passed on without seeing her case resolved. No?
Wow.
And as a service excellence advocate, like you said, you either change the system, tweak the policy or the implementing rules and regulations, or there must be other creative ways to bring a decision. So, because I think when you are in a case proceeding, whether you are the defender or the complainant, the mental anguish, you cannot quantify the amount of damage that is caused by all the waiting and anxiety that causes people to have diseases, and they end up having cancers and all sorts of medical conditions as a result of the stress and anxiety caused by waiting and waiting for a decision.
Yeah, it's an emotional and mental baggage that you carry on your shoulder and in your mind. When you have a case pending and waiting for the result.
And not to mention all the expense going back and forth, the hearings that keep on getting postponed and things like that.
That's why when I was younger, because I'm very impatient then, what I like about appearing in court are the fast-paced case wherein you have to secure a temporary restraining order or an injunction.
That's buying time.
Yeah, because it's it's like you've won already half the ball game, half the battle. If you get a TRO. Because it's you either prevent someone from doing anything or you defend the status quo. So and you know that cases will take years. So in the meantime, who is in the better
Yes.
position? So
I see.
that's a question of who's on the higher ground.
Well, Paul, I have a question for you. Being one of the mothers of the information communication technology, how important is information technology as far as the current fiscals and judges that are sitting? Is it imperative that they also get to know internet and all this IT, or do we leave them where they are and let them be IBMers, or it's better manual, or better the old way, that everything is written and the pleadings are 4 inches thick and things like that?
Well,
What are your thoughts about bringing the judiciary up?
Well, the legal profession and the judicial system is traditionally one of the most conservative of all the systems.
Yes, I know.
It's always behind business, and technology is always ahead of business. So,
A very nice perspective. Thank you for that. I just went to the moon and back. Okay.
But I believe you have to move the profession and the system towards the advances in technology. I think what the Supreme Court and the Department of Justice and even the police force is doing is creating a specialized unit to handle cyber crimes,
yes,
or
because
electronic related matters.
Cases. Yeah, because my dilemma, being the godmother of e-commerce with Senator Magsaysay principally authoring it. In fact, when our current Senate President Frank Dillon was sitting with me discussing, Dean, your father was a lawyer, he would be rolling his grave. You mean electronic signatures are now good in court? Here, we're used to everything has to be signed in so many copies, and it's always hard copy. Whoever heard of the soft copy? So it really was a difficult transition. But my dilemma was, like you said, how can a judge or fiscal make a decision or judgment on a case when he doesn't even know how to download from the internet material or understand the jargon, as you said? There's legalese, but there's another different language in IT.
Yeah, they should ask their granddaughters or grandsons to teach them.
They're 2-year-old na walang katakot-takot sa iPad.
Yes.
Life has become so simplified when it comes to running a computer.
But we're getting there. There's a recent innovation.
Getting there and obsolete also, because we're going to cell phone now. The laptops, the notebooks, and the iPads will soon go out of season, and we'll be left with 3 or 4G phones, because you can now view your television on here.
Wow. Really?
So it's no longer this desktop, laptop, notebook, and the iPads, mini iPads. It's going to a phone, because Samsung just released their watch version. Everything is become tinier and tinier.
And it's going to be wearable.
Fashionable.
Fashion-based.
Yes, right.
Okay, wow. That's that. I thought it's going to be the phablet or the phone tablet. It's going to.
I mean, now, I have friends who have the tablet, right? So the camera is there, so you have the whole tablet to take the picture. But then everything is going down to a handheld again.
Handheld again.
Handheld.
Oh, wow. But earlier I was saying that the Supreme Court is going in that direction slowly but surely, and recently the Supreme Court released a circular on the efficient use of paper.
Yeah, because we will save tons.
Yes. Save trees and save trees.
And save trees, but the people who are in the paper trading business will have to change their business model and look for something else.
Yes. So there's a move to reduce the amount of paper being
copies,
used. Yes, in our profession and in the judiciary. So there's a move also to also supply what you call this, a CD. When you submit a pleading, you can also supply.
Yeah, because it's only less than 10 pesos for a CD.
Yes.
And actually, I'm consulting for AccuConference. It's a software out of Singapore. And they have e-justice. You can, those Maguindanao victims, the families whose members got killed in the massacre, they don't have to go to Manila anymore. If the court allows, they can actually dial up through their internet and virtually see the way you have it in e-burol. There's a virtual presence is what it's called. No? So there are advantages and disadvantages. The disadvantage of IT is all this cyber sex going around, you know. Well, like in everything, the duality and polarity of life, I love this song by Nonoy Zuniga when I try to share the principle of mastering paradox. You want to go through life smiling or less pained. You have to appreciate what is pleasure without pain. What is sunshine with no rain? So you have to know that there are mountains and there are valleys. There is a day, there is a night. I mean, night activities are nice, but if you're always in the dark, like in Alaska, you won't be able to go to the beach and enjoy the sun.
Yes.
So, yeah, we have to appreciate the plus and minuses of this world. On that, has it ever been a conflict of interest for you to be talking to the counsel of the opposite camp? Are you barred, or is it ethical to just not talk to the other counsel until the case is fully deliberated and dismissed?
Oh, well, no. There's no prohibition and there's no conflict of interest so long as you make sure you inform your client that you're talking to the other side and you're reporting faithfully what has been discussed. There's absolutely no. The conflict will arise if you do it and if you do it and you don't disclose it to your client. So there's a question of trust, integrity. You might be selling the case of your client.
Yes. Well, at this point, we still have a few minutes left. I'd like to ask Paul, since you like doing labor arbitration, and you mentioned that you handle terminations, for the sake of this industry that I helped nurture, the BPO industry, because in 2000, I already said to the industry players that, for every 100 college graduates that apply, only 5 get accepted. And believe it or not, after 13 years, it's still the same. Now, the reality is, on or before the 6th month, 2 of them will resign. Okay? Now, can you share with our 8:10 a.m. Voice of the Philippines audience what are the interesting cases for termination for or against the individual, just to give them an idea of what rights and privileges do employers have for terminating an employee, and what does an employee have to hang on to be able to defend himself, just in case the employer might not be, all that fair.
Well, first of all, employers have the right to hire and fire.
Okay.
They are the gatekeepers of their businesses. They know who they have the control of who goes in and who goes out.
So what is termination with cause? What are the causes?
So, well, that goes into the security of tenure when you say termination for cause, because this is the inherent right of the employer is that they can fire anyone they want. But under our system of justice and law in the Philippines, employees generally enjoy security of tenure, which means that an employee cannot be just terminated for any reason at all. It must be for cause.
And normally the causes
and
that
the cause
are valid.
are enumerated in the labor code, and these are serious misconduct,
Okay.
breach of trust.
Okay.
It's like and gross disobedience.
Mm-hmm.
So these are among the just cause for termination.
Mm-hmm.
So the inherent right of the employer to terminate just anyone is curtailed or limited by labor law.
So at least there are some parameters where they cannot just do whatever they want.
The absolute right of the employer to exercise whatever he wants in his business is regulated by labor law, and that's actually what labor law is all about. It's just regulating the management prerogative or the employer's rights.
So they don't also abuse.
Yes, correct.
Well, Paul, it's been a lovely almost 1 hour, so I'd like to ask you to say your parting words to your fans out there. Should you ever need counsel for labor laws and contracts, you can also tune in at Equal Justice on Saturdays 2 to 4, just before my own show at Make It Happen. And I will call you and Adore now the equalizers. Kasi equal justice daw eh. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so can you please say goodnight to your millions of fans out there?
Okay. Attorney Adore, my partner at Equal Justice, is listening, and he just texted me that there's right now around 54,000 lawyers in the Philippines.
Okay, thank you for that, Adore.
And so I'd like to say again thank you to my gracious host, Miss Dean, for inviting me.
Thank you for accepting my invitation, even on a last minute.
Yes. And I'd like to encourage those who feel that the lawyering is their calling to pursue your dreams, and don't lose of that basic thing which will make you a very good lawyer and effective in your chosen vocation. Number 1 is integrity and character. Number 2 is passion for what you do, loving becoming a lawyer and being a lawyer, and third is patience. And fourth is, of course, continuous learning.
Okay, and actually, Equal Justice on the air 2 to 4 here on DZRJ 8:10 a.m. on Saturdays is your way of what I told Paul and Adore earlier. I am an attorney at large, okay? Compañera de segura. In the U.S., you are called a Juris Doctor. Now, as Dean Hernandez, I'm the Dean of Wellness. They think Dean is an academic title, Paul. So sometimes I'm called doctor. Mm-hmm. But believe it or not, I do teach doctors in UP with Dr. Jaime Galvestan, who, by the way, celebrated his 65th birthday last Saturday at the GlaxoSmithKline Auditorium. His passion for 65 years is public health, and he has contributed his birthday proceeds to build health centers. There are about 19,000 barangays that don't have a decent health center. So those of you who would like to get in touch with Dr. Galvestan's Health Futures, you can reach Integrative Medicine at the UPPGH. That's my happy birthday to you. So for those of you who would like to pursue the legal profession, I just met Paul today and Adore. They're from the Maroon School called the University of the Philippines. Feel free to ask them, email them, call them on any Saturday 2 to 4. They're here for 2 hours to entertain questions on the air and to possibly help out anybody who's in need. So on that note, I'd like to wish everyone a happy Saturday evening and enjoy the weekend on Sunday. Allow me to greet my friends who are with the Right Med group of Unilab. I consult for the Mount Grace Venture Hospitals, VRP Medical Center, and the Our Lady of Guadalupe Schools. And those people who made my stay in Sorsogon very significant. You'll hear from me on the industries in Region 5, and I hope to be able to share with you more good news on Make It Happen. So on that note, allow me to say goodbye to Abby and Andy